What the heck is going on in the Toronto real estate market right now? What about the surrounding areas? What does this mean for buyers or sellers? I'm gonna talk about all this and more, so don't you go anywhere. Hi, my name's Dan Chiasson, and I am a Toronto real estate agent that works with eXp Realty, and I specialize in helping new buyers navigate crazy sellers markets like Toronto with in-depth training, preparation, and education. If you see any value in this video, or you just think I'm fun to watch, give that like and subscribe button a little tap. Or if you want to be notified each time one of my new videos hits the tube, smash on that little bell. The support means a lot to me. The more people that I can get these videos in front of, the more value I feel like I can provide. These videos do take quite a while to make, so the more support I get, the more motivation I have to keep making them. All right, let's get right into it. The Toronto real estate market is very sensitive right now, and things can change pretty much overnight, which we've experienced in the last few years. The last 2 years have been a roller coaster in the real estate industry. Prices have shot up astronomical amounts in the last 2 years. At the beginning of 2020, we had a little bit of a slowdown in the market where things kind of almost stopped. We've seen some pretty crazy price jumps in the last 2 years that should never have happened. The city surrounding Toronto had the biggest benefit to these huge price gains. I have some clients that made $200,000–300,000 on a purchase that they made only 2 years ago, and that is insane. But now all of that has changed. Based on the trends that we've been experiencing over the last 4 weeks or so, it appears that the Bank of Canada is achieving its goal of slowing down the market and trying to repair inflation. With the increasing interest rates, some buyers are waiting on the sidelines for something to happen in the next few weeks, and others are taking advantage of the slowing market. The average price for a home in April was $1,254,000, which is down $50,000 just from the month prior. But we're still up 15% from April of 2021. Break it down a little bit further for you. A detached home is selling for $1,947,000. A semi-detached is going for $1,495,000. A townhouse is selling for $1,345,000. And a condo is selling for $820,000. So what does this mean for buyers and sellers? It really depends on your goals. Buyers have a lot of opportunity right now that didn't even exist a few weeks ago. Homes aren't selling the way that they used to. Now they're sitting on the market. Now they're not selling on offer days. Now they have to change up their strategy. This is giving buyers a really rare opportunity to go in there, potentially negotiate the price down, which I've had happen a few times in the last couple weeks, successfully. You can put in conditions. If you want that home inspection, if you want that financing condition, if you want time to review a status certificate, none of that is going to be an issue right now in some markets around Toronto. Don't get me wrong, there are still a lot of neighborhoods in Toronto specifically that are still selling way over ask in record-breaking time. So the whole market hasn't shifted. Really great houses are still selling and selling fast. I think there's just a little bit more opportunity for the homes that maybe need a little bit more work or are slightly outside of Toronto. So what does this mean for sellers? This crazy price growth that we were experiencing in the last 2 years, it's probably over. So if you're expecting to get this crazy amount of money over ask, it's probably not gonna happen. Remember, even though prices are starting to come down a little bit in the last few weeks, you have to realize that the growth that we were experiencing in the last 2 years shouldn't have happened. So even though we're seeing some price drops, you're still seeing growth between 10 and 15% actually. So if you want to sell your house, you just have to change your expectation. You are still getting price growth, but it's not going to be as extreme as it once was. If you don't need to sell, then don't. Hold it. Hold it for a few years, ride this out. Real estate will always come back. If you can hold on to it for a few years, you're never gonna be in a bad position. But nobody has a crystal ball. There's absolutely no way to know exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out for the rest of the year. Though the market does seem to be slowing down, there does still seem to be enough competition amongst buyers to continue pushing prices up. So I personally think that prices are gonna continue to rise. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a slower summer. And then as we go back into fall, we're gonna get back a little bit of a competitive market. And that's when we're gonna see a little bit of the price growth return, maybe between 10 and 15% by the end of 2022. And there you have it. If you have your own predictions or you disagree with everything that I just spoke about, feel free to mention that in the comments. Let's start a conversation. And as I mentioned before, if you do see any value in my channel, give that like and subscribe button a little tap and ring the little bell if you want to be notified for every video that I create going forward. The support does mean a lot. Making these videos takes a lot of time, and I mean, making them for nobody isn't any fun. And I like having fun. If you want to learn how to get into the market as a buyer, I do provide in-depth training for new buyers, and you can get started right now by downloading my new buyer's guide in the description below. Or you could book a one-on-one consultation with me. The link will also be in the description below. You can also learn more about me and my personal life by visiting Dan Chiasson Real Estate on Instagram. Thanks for listening, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. And remember, when you work with Dan Chiasson Real Estate, you're almost home.